Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your girl, Bright Eyes. I just wanna speak out on this. I never intended for my channel to talk about religion stuff or spiritual stuff. It was just my personal experience, but I don't want to expose anybody. But I want to let y'all know because I'm seeing things, and maybe to a normal person they may not notice it. So I'm gonna show y'all things, but I don't want to expose anybody. I'm seeing a lot on YouTube. I see a lot on YouTubers, famous artists, famous politicians, famous celebrities who sold their soul for money and wealth. So, and we're living in the fifth seal, and God is not playing right now. He is not playing. God is going to get rid of all our idols. And like everybody's going through this hardship financially. The money is not like before, and it's affected the poor to the very rich. Okay? And the people that I see more is the people who got wealth, and because they're exposing themselves a lot without realizing they expose themselves. So I'm going to show y'all some stuff to expose y'all to one famous person who is a politician, but everybody else I'm not going to say because I don't want nobody coming after me. And y'all just got to know, I'm trying to think of what is the word. Y'all just gotta know. Y'all have to figure it out. Y'all have to know the truth. And that is by praying. That's by reading your Bible and building a relationship with God, with Jesus. Y'all gotta know what is that word. Y'all gotta know discernment. Y'all gotta know discernment. Y'all, and if y'all pray, if y'all read your Bible, if y'all build a relationship with God, y'all will understand discernment. Y'all will be able to tell who's in wolf clothing. Y'all be able to separate the sheep from the goat. Y'all gonna be able to know things, okay? What I saw today was very shocking to me. I spent a lot of time on my business. My business is not making money yet, but I am investing a lot of time in. I still have faith in my business, right? So in my spare time while I'm working on my business, I spend a lot of time on YouTube watching videos, and I am shocked to see famous people or famous YouTubers who say, or celebrities say they're going to turn to Christ, right? They say they're turning to Christ, and they are lying. I don't know. Maybe it's the higher ups telling them to give their life to God or whatever. But I know they're lying because I see these hand symbols. The hand symbols are so obvious. It's so obvious. And if they ever come across my channel, do not play with God and try to tell people you're Christians when you really are not. You cannot serve two masters. You can't serve God and the devil at the same time. You got to make a choice. When you know they're not really, if someone who really living for the Lord would give up their wealth, that's the first thing God will want you to do. Give up your wealth, your money. Give that, because when you serve God, you leave everything in God's hands. So they say they're Christians and they're bold-faced lying. And in the last days, God said there will be a lot of prophets. When you are an influencer and you got a lot of people following you because you say you are a Christian, you are held as accountable as a pastor who got his sheep. Do not play God. God is not playing. God is going to take people out of this world, who is leading people astray. So if you're going to give your life and say you are a Christian and you have a lot of following and you just serving two masters, the devil and the Lord, you putting your life at risk. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. I'm going to share a personal event that really happened. I want to share my story that really happened. And this is based on speaking to my aunt. She shared this story with me. This is true life event. Back in the, I would say probably in the 60s, like late 60s, early 70s, my aunt told me she had an aunt who had a husband who worked for a Freemason. At the time, it wasn't called Mason, it was called Freemason, right? He found a book from a Freemason. That book, it shows you how to use witchcraft, how to hypnotize people, to control people. When these people who join the Freemason use hand symbols, they are sending spells on you. If they hold the peace sign, if they hold the devil horn, or the triangle symbol, they join that cult for money. Okay? He had the book. He stole the book. He read the book. Somehow they found out. For some reason, he passed away. I can't remember the details how he passed away. But I think because he took the book. So they never gave my aunt the spouse body. They kept the body. She never buried her spouse. They kept the body. Another true event happened. I had my cousin at the time who had a very bad temper. He was 11 years old, and he lived, at the time they lived in Guyana, and at the time Guyana was a poor country, right? A third world country at the time. An adult man knocked him really hard, and he was enraged, and he took a shotgun to shoot this man. He had a gun on him, and he was on his way. He was 11 years old to shoot this man, and before he was going to shoot this man, an angel appeared to him and told him to put down the gun, and one day he was going to be a lawyer. So he listened and obeyed the angel. He never knew that he was going to get an opportunity to leave the country and study law in a first world country. At the time, he was living with my aunt. My aunt was taking care of him. And he put himself through school and everything. And he became that lawyer that the angels say he was going to be in the first world country. I don't want to say what country it is. They came to him. Whether you want to call it a Mason, the Illuminati, Freemason, they came to him. And they wanted him to join them. And they told him they would pay all of his debts. They will get you a house that you don't owe no mortgage. Anything you want in terms of material wealth, all you have to do is join them. He did not do it. He decided to choose Christ instead, and he lived ordinary. You cannot come up to the Freemasons Illuminati because you want to join them. They pick you. You don't pick them to join. And that's why I'm sharing this story. People who grew their channel or become successful overnight is not realistic. It could happen, but it's rare. And when they do that, it's because they join. They join the Illuminati or the Freemason. I'll tell you about this artist named Lauryn Hill. I believe she lived her life for God. She gave up everything for Jesus. She only had one successful album, and she did not sell her soul. For her to sell her soul, she had to sacrifice her firstborn child. That was the blood sacrifice she had to make for her to sell her soul. And she decided to put Jesus first and not to do a blood sacrifice on her firstborn. So that is why I'm sharing you this story. And I'm saying because times are hard now, and people who made a status for themselves and they want to keep their wealth are desperate, and they're saying all these things to become wealthy or to keep their wealth, and it's so blatantly obvious that you're a Mason or you're a Freemason or you joined the Illuminati. It's just so blatantly obvious if you're listening to my video.